Welcome back everybody to the Unrivaled Projectile channel. Today figured we'd do something a little bit different, gearing up for the NASCAR playoffs starting this weekend. I thought I'd go over some of my picks for the playoffs this year. So yeah, going to be a different episode, but I think it should be a lot of fun. So to start out with, let's just go through the rankings. Kyle Larson, 35 point gap. That's see, they get 40 regular season points for a win, plus so the max points you get in the race is like 60, so he's probably relatively good. Christopher Bell, 27. Tyler Reddick, 23. Probably pretty good through the first round, which consists of Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and Bristol. Especially Christopher Bell, I'd expect either win. I expect a win in there from Christopher Bell. He's been really on form lately. Same thing with Tyler Reddick. I think Christopher Bell is more likely to win at Watkins Glen or Bristol, whereas Reddick is more likely to win at Atlanta or Bristol. Just kind of going off some of their strengths. This could be somewhat of a tough round for Kyle Larson. Not necessarily been strong at the super speedway, which is now Atlanta. Not strongest at road courses, and he's been pretty good at the short tracks, but he may kind of just fly underneath the radar this round. Moving down here, William Byron's been off the mark since the beginning of the season. I expect him to actually struggle quite a bit through this playoff run. I think he'll survive through the first round, but we'll see there. Ryan Blaney been pretty consistent through the second half of the season for sure. Got some good tracks for him. He's usually fairly decent at some of the road courses, good at Bristol as well, so I expect him to do well. Denny Hamlin is a lock in the first round for sure. 10 points to the good. He's good wherever you put him, so he will definitely make contention for a win in there. Chase Elliott, expect him to be good at Watkins Glen. After all, he was the road course king for quite a while. But I think he'll actually have a better chance at either Atlanta or Bristol. I don't really expect him to get a win in the first round, but we'll see. Brad Keselowski, best bet is probably going to be Atlanta. He's been up near the front of the field. I think he'll make it through the first round, but he needs to perform well at Atlanta to do so. He's going to struggle somewhat. He's never been a strong road course racer, so that's where he really needs the points or a win from Atlanta to make it into that second round comfortably. Joey Logano, more likely he's going to be okay this first round. He might be someone where I say, yeah, there's a possibility if he doesn't do well, I think he could get knocked out pretty easily. He's only 2 points to good here. Austin Cindric, I don't think it's going to do well. Maybe he has a chance at Atlanta and maybe at Watkins Glen, but there's no way at Bristol. He just hasn't had the form all season. I'd say he is definitely another one that I think could be on his way out in the first round. Suarez, he's got that win from earlier in the season. I believe that came at Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. That's a long time ago, but do believe that was from Atlanta. Look for him to be strong there. Really look for him to be pretty strong across the board through this first round. So 1 point to the good, but should be very interesting to see what he can get done in this playoffs. Alex Bowman, shown himself at the road courses. Chicago Street Course, it will pull off that one. could be a really good race for him at Watkins Glen. Chase Briscoe got that win at Darlington, puts him into the playoffs, and with that, expect them to maybe show some pace at these tracks, but I would expect a first round elimination there. Same thing with Harrison Burton, maybe see something at Atlanta with that more super speedway style, but not likely. And Ty Gibbs and Martin Truex Jr. both at one below the cut. I'm going to say they're both going to make it through fine. They've been consistent all year. That's why they're in the playoffs. They are two of the drivers that, or maybe the two drivers that did not get a win that made it in. We go through here. Yeah, they are the two drivers who did not win a race this season, but still made it to the playoffs. So I expect them to keep up their consistency, push through into that round of 12. So with that being said, I think Truex advances, Ty Gibbs advances. Burton does not advance, neither does Briscoe. Let's see here. I do not expect Cindric to move on. I'm going to say Joey Logano does not move on either. I expect all the rest of them to make it. Might not be right there, but based on what I've seen, I don't think the Penske cars, while they'll be good at Atlanta, I don't think they have enough strengths for the other two races for them to do enough there. And I think there's enough other strong cars at Atlanta, with Atlanta being their only shot really to advance. I don't think they're going to be able to get it done. So moving into the round of 12, let me take a look at what we've got here. I see who I expect to be on the bubble. I'd expect Torres to be on the bubble. I expect Keselowski to be on the bubble as well. Alex Bowman probably, and I got kind of take an outside pick here. I want to say Truex is on the bubble here as well. Those are going to be, yeah, Keselowski, Suarez, Bowman, and Truex, I think, are all going to be on the bubble heading into the round of 12. Let's take a look at the tracks there. We got Kansas, Talladega, and the Charlotte Roval. So again, now we've got an intermediate versus the short track, but then a super speedway and a road course in there. I think Larson's going to dominate in here, as well as Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick. Byron could fall off here as well. I don't expect him to go in on the bubble, but he could drop quite quickly through here. Blaney should be good. Hamlin will be good. Chase should be all right. You see here, Logano's out, Cindric's out. Torres possibly could be good at Kansas and Talladega. It'd be very interesting to watch, but hasn't shown me. He's shown some strength at the road courses, but not enough to say when it's crunch time, right in the cut, that he's going to perform super well. Ty Gibbs been pretty good at the intermediates, not super great at the super speedways, and been fairly decent at the road courses. And then Truex is kind of middle of the road. He's just been, again, Gibbs and Truex have just been kind of this consistent, never really up at the front super consistently, but always within the top 10 sort of range. So with that being said, Larson's a lock, Bell's a lock, Reddick's a lock, Hamlin's a lock. I don't think Byron's a lock. I think he could drop out here. I'm going to say Elliott is a lock. How many do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say Suarez makes it through at maybe Kansas. That'd be my best guess. And then I'm going to say Gibbs beats out Truex. Beats out his teammate. Truex is out in the round of 12 for his final season. So that would eliminate Byron, Bowman, Truex. What am I missing here? Byron, Keselowski as well. Byron, Keselowski, Bowman, and Truex, I think, are going to be the 4 guys out in the round of 12. Heading into the round of 8. Here is who I expect to be on the bubble. I expect it to be, I've got a little cheat sheet here. It's going to be Blaney, Elliott, Suarez, and Gibbs are all going to be on the bubble. I feel like they just don't have enough going for them in the previous rounds. Let's see what the tracks they face here: Las Vegas, Homestead, and Martinsville. So 2 intermediate tracks and a short track. So think about what we've got here. Larson, again, these top 3 are just a lock. They've been so consistent all year long. So Larson, Bell, Reddick. I think Hamlin's also a lock here in a way. I think it'll be tight. I could see I can't think of who I've got left here. I could see maybe Elliott comes through at one of the intermediate tracks. I could see Blaney maybe coming through, but just with how consistent everyone else has been, I think this is a really easy choice. Larson, Bell, Reddick, and Hamlin are your championship 4. So if everything goes to plan, you're going to see 3 Toyotas and a Chevy in the final 4, if that's what you want to call it, championship 4. Same difference. And yeah, it would definitely be interesting. You've got 2 Joe Gibbs cars in there, along with a 2311 racing car alongside a Hendrick. I want to see who won the 2024 Spring Phoenix race winner. Christopher Bell won earlier this season, which does the Gibbs is up front. Hamlin's back in 11th, Larson in 14th. This is before Reddick hit his stride though as well. Skipped right over him. Really interesting here. I don't think Hamlin can pull it off, unfortunately. I know he's tried for years and years. I don't think it's going to go quite right for him. And I don't think with that, I could only see the Toyotas teaming up against Larson. So I don't think it's going to be him. I think it's got to be Bell or Reddick. I think Reddick continues his pure dominance of the second half of this season so far. I think Tyler Reddick will win the NASCAR Cup Series championship this year. Again, no idea what's going to happen, but that is my guess. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, enjoyed NASCAR content, go ahead and subscribe. It'd mean the world to me. Racing in general, I love to do anything racing. Check out the other videos on the channel if you also enjoy racing. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Something different, something new. But hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.